Hello and welcome. Today we're going to be building the big family Christmas tree, which is this thing just here. Now the box is absolutely enormous. I have currently got all the bags in the bottom of the lid, but I will show off some bits and pieces as we go through, and the instruction booklets as well. There are lots and lots of different instruction booklets to get on. We built that thing yesterday and that was a success, so we'll see how far along we get on today. So the plan of attack for now is just to do a build and a chit chat with all the different bits and pieces. That's obviously everybody's been building. Then about 6 o'clock this evening I'm going to go quiet, and then at 8 o'clock we're actually going to have a big chit chat of what everybody's last build of the year is going to be. So with regards to instruction booklets and stuff, there's a lot of them on here. There is a lot of them because we have got each individual booklet that you get is enough for a person. So each one of these that you see, you could have somebody else building it and then you'll be good to go. Now, currently, I don't need this one at all. And I have done the first 9 bags. So I've already done the first 2 instruction booklets, which is those things just there. So we will be tucking in, I think, start bag number 10 in a second. Now, if you are watching this on the replay, welcome to you as well. There is a poll running at the moment. And that poll has been going on for the last couple of weeks where we are literally doing a top 16 sets of the year. And we are rounding it all the way down to 1 before Christmas. So we are in group 4 of round number 3, and it's a simple thing of which set is the best build experience. And now you have 4 to choose from. We have got the huge T-Rex, which came out this year. We've got the Tudor Corner, we've got Arkham Asylum, and we've got Willy Wonka. So you've got to pick one of those sets to let me know which you think is the best build experience, and then we will just decide at the very, well, I say decide, it will be decided for me at the very, very end who gets put through into the final. Because there's one more round of this to go. There's 2 votes in already. We'll let the notifications and things go off, and then we will be checking the Lego website shortly for different bits and pieces. But with regards to the box of this thing, it's massive. Absolutely massive. So you can see you're supposed to keep this box to be able to put the stuff back in it if you can't display it. So yeah, it's a rather large thing. So that's just half of it, because the other half has my bags in. But the build so far has been really, really nice. Hello there and howdy. How are we both? How is everybody? So big vote in the poll now. The first 3 votes that have come in, boff, straight into the T-Rex. I'm building the older Christmas tree. That is a fantastic thing. I really like that. Which one is it, John? Is it the red base with the tree that's going around, or let's have a look? Because of course, if you guys and girls let me know what you're building, I can whack it up onto the Lego website, and then we can also have a quick look at who is building what, why, and when. So yes, it's at that time now of where things on topic with the Winter Villagey stuff. The train I built off the streams. I just wanted to get that done. So it was a beautiful, beautiful build. And that's the one that I'm doing in the middle. Hang on. Let's just go this way and scroll down. Why? Oh, I suppose it's not Christmas tree, is it? Good start to the stream. Christmas sets. Don't give me the Black Pearl. Don't give me that. I don't want the Goonies. It's a Christmas set. It's not a Christmas film, is it? So the tree was the one that was in the sale, John, wasn't it? Is that the one that you picked up? Because I don't know what the SKU number is on that. I'm going to type in Winter Village. Winter Village actually comes up with Dungeons and Dragons. Where is your Christmas tree? I will give up in a minute. All I want to do is show off what John's building, and it's nowhere to be seen. It was in the sales section, if that's the one that I'm thinking it was. But they seem to have nothing. Is it this one? Is this the one that you picked up? Because that's a really nice set, that one. Yeah, so yeah, there's two style trees. There's this one, and then there's the other one with the tree around. And we are 4 votes in, and it's 75% for T-Rex and 25% for the Tudor Corner. So everybody that's liked the video so far, thank you very much indeed. Hello to the Clone Underground R2. Like, I love the fact that your name keeps changing, but I know who you are, so that's always good fun. Yeah, so we're going to be tucking in to the next few bags of this family tree. The minifigures that come with this thing are beautiful as well. I do have some of them to hand, so as we go through, I will grab them. So I do like all the different jumpers that they've got. So these two, so far, I've opened up a few of the bags. Like I said, I'm 10 bags in, and we've got that, which is a cool thing because it has got the really nice Christmas tree print on the back. And then we have got this one as well, which is just sweet. So there's two more elves, and it's quite nice that they're giving you just really weird and wonderful jumpers with them. So it builds up the different bits and pieces. So yeah, good. But I like I said, I wasn't going to get this tree. And then I thought, actually, if I'm going to be expanding bits and pieces next year with bigger bits, then this is maybe a tree for next year. So I really like the tree that is the set 40573. I really think that's a really nice tree as well. So yeah, I can see a lot of people tucking into all of their Christmassy bits and pieces between now or just now, isn't it? It's all go for that kind of thing. And hopefully, if you guys and girls are getting things delivered, then well, it's there. You can build the stuff. We're going to be around for about 3 hours, and then I'm going to go live again later on. I'm going to switch locations because it got a little bit cold up here yesterday, and then I've got another live stream set for 8 for an hour and a half to basically see what everybody's last sets of the year are going to be, to look into the Winter Village stuff and things like that. John says you have to open all the bags at once. No, yeah, I know. Some of the older sets were like that. And I do believe, John, if I got this right, the original Falcon, before they redid it, there was no bag numbers on that either. So there's like 5,000 pieces that you just had to put out on the floor. Because originally Lego was like a puzzle. It was done that sort of way. And then, yeah, I think they felt sorry for everybody and decided to go, no, we want, because I much prefer these smaller bite-sized chunks bags. I think this is a much better way of it's much easier for me. I can find the pieces a little bit easier, and yeah, I think it works. I think it works all right, that kind of thing. I'm really not very comfortable today. There we go. That's it. Right, so we are about to start the bottom part of that tree. That's what we're going for. So you've got four bags for that one chunk. So you can see how this is. It's very, very, very detailed. It is gorgeous as well, by the way. So, and the build so far has actually been really enjoyable. So, yeah, very true. Yeah, that's it. So, yeah, I suppose. Oh, we've got Mrs. Claus. Yeah, I suppose that's a helpful thing. But what's her face print on this one? Oh, good. She's got a dual face print, and it's different to the Builder minifigure, so that's always good. So we've got another Mrs. Claus as well. Lady Santa is just chilling. Just there. There's your sticker sheet. There's lots of stickers on the inside of this. What's she got? She's got a wedge and other little bits. So yes, before I get carried away, we will be doing a bit of building on this, and then we'll be carrying on with the Winter Village cabin. Potentially, if not, it will be carried on in the next segment as such. So it just depends on how much I can get my teeth sunk into this. Because obviously this is meant a bag a day, is what this set's meant for. You are supposed to just do, I guess, one bag a day. It's supposed to be like the Home Alone set where you got 24 bags, build up to Christmas. This one is exactly the same. But I am greedy and I want it now. So we will see what we can do. But you can see straight away just how big the bits are when you're going to be putting this in the middle. So you've got quite a big bit of a platform. These pieces are enormous as well. So you can see just how big this thing is as a tree. The base was 4 or 5 bags. But the bags themselves aren't huge. So like I said, it's quite nice just to be able to tuck in to these and then just plod on. If we really get into a rhythm with this, and I find that I think I can build another bag before sort of 6 p.m, then we won't get over to the A-frame cabin, and then we might have a bit of a tinker with that tomorrow instead, because it's just winterfying more of what we attempted to do yesterday. But of course, take part in the poll. Let me know what it is you're building. I can flop it up on the Lego website and we will see. And of course, it doesn't have to be Lego related. It could be any other set. I have tried to find that ski slope and it's just not going to get here. I don't think. Shibo, I don't think it's going to work at all with regards to... well, I can't find it for a start, so it wouldn't arrive, and I can't order it from America because it's obviously sold out. It is available on Amazon, but... I don't think it's available. I think it's available on Amazon US, but I don't think it's available on the UK. So, yeah. So, Shiba, how are you getting on with your castle stuff that you were doing yesterday? See, that's it. Honestly makes a huge difference, because obviously all of the sets, as you know, you're building them, they're on a white base plate, and the second you just put those base plates down, no need for tiling, no need for anything. If you've got any of the little trees dotted around, that they look quite nice, just sort of throw them in. And yeah, I think the Winter Village stuff is the only thing where the figures are important to a degree. I mean, if they've got, you can put any of them in there, but as long as they've got Christmas jumpers on, then you're fine. So it's a good little thing to do. And obviously you can take it apart after and then redo it the following year, and year on year. Obviously, you have to start the actual process earlier and earlier to make sure everything's out on display in a long time. So I actually started my Winter Village display a few weeks back, just to make sure things were built and whatever else. And then yeah, committed to this for one reason or another. I was like, yeah, I really do want this set. So yeah, but yeah, you've got a lot of detail, a lot of tiling. It's basically like a, weirdly, it's like a modular on the inside with regards to the detail, which is good. Very intrigued to see how much it moves about, because there is a shaft that goes all the way up, and it's got quite a lot of moving pieces on. So I don't know if you can. So what you've got internally so far is you've got the bit at the bottom is a train that moves, but there's also the clock. So there's a clock in the middle that's moving, and then the Christmas tree is moving as well. Now, I didn't realize any of that happened, because none of the staff members told me that was a thing. I know you guys and girls have seen all the videos on it and everything else like that, but I haven't. So it's quite nice to see all those bits and pieces that are going on, and obviously you can pick and choose which way you want to turn it. So it does rotate both ways, which is great. Yeah, still the castle and customizing the 4 armies. We need photos of this. I want to see what you guys and girls are doing. I've had some photos sent to me of other people's Winter Village bits and pieces and other stuff that they've been doing, and it looks very impressive. But I'm assuming how many base plates are you putting yours on, John? And also, how big is your army, Shibo? And guess who? Well, good afternoon to you. How are we? Are you excited for the Ninjago bits and pieces? Hopefully you are good. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that one. And yeah, we are just going to see. We made good progress yesterday. We got that Santa thing done really quickly, and then just didn't end up ending the stream. We just keep plodding on and carrying on, which was nice. But like I said, I have got another stream set for 8 p.m. UK time. So when this one finishes, the other stream's already available. There'll be a new poll, and I'll carry on building this, or we'll be tinkering with the A-frame cabin and doing a lot more online research for people's last sets of the year bought or built. So it's just something nice to do later on this evening. 8 base plates. That's just under one of my IKEA Kallax tables then, because I think they're 4 by 2.5. So that's a really big display, John. Really big. So what are you doing? You're going to space everything out and then just put some ice skating rinks in, a load of minifigures and stuff in there? Because that'd be really clean, because the big Santa's visit, this thing is a monster of a set. So let's have a look. This thing, obviously, but the Santa's Visit, which is the big blue one. Santa's I'll just pop up. No, not there. Yeah, this thing is deceivingly huge. So you've got two ways of doing that. You can obviously plonk it in the corner or have it forward facing. So depending on what it is that you want it to do with that one, John, I've seen people actually put it in the middle and have like a full away around it. So it just depends on what you're thinking of doing of that. And everybody that's in the background, hello and welcome. Thank you to everybody that's liked the video so far. We are literally just talking Lego as always, and just let us know what it is you're building. I can put it up on this, and I am going live again at 8 p.m. UK time to do more of a who's going to buy what and build what for the last build of the year as well. So the UK price. Sorry, let me catch up with everything. So John says 8 base plates 2x4. I'm elated about the Ninjago character. That we covered. I'll jump back on that in a second. That's a beautiful looking thing because obviously it's adding all the minifigures all the way around it. But because there's 7 minifigures, how are you going to display it? You're going to do a 3 and a 4, or are you going to do all 7 on the one side? Day one purchase for this Cowboy Ninja. Very nice. Shiba says, oh, by the way, yesterday after I got off your stream, I went to check out the status of my latest order to find out the Orient Express is sold out already on Lego. Whoa. Well, it's in my basket currently. It's still available in the UK. We have got one of those 48. They're huge, those big 48 by 48s. Yeah, I think I've got something slightly bigger, which is an old football pitch. That things are huge things. So yeah, that'd be nice to plonk them on. Yeah, so John's going to probably put it in the back corner. That's what I've done with mine. It's just awkward. It's just an awkward thing to display. Nice. Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, if you can make it up of that. Yeah, it's still available. It's still available in the UK. It's in my basket currently. And if there's a few Star Trek fans in here, I need to pick your brains, because I am just thinking what could potentially be done with like a holodeck display. And I have said for a long time, the Orient Express could actually go underneath the Starship Enterprise. And what I could do is put all different color base plates down underneath that and do a holodeck display. So I've got options. I have got options. Right. So 15th anniversary. So this is the same, not blame you whatsoever. They might be the most important Ninjago set in years with regards to a display perspective, because there is the pins that are on that side. And of course, they're going to be adding all of the extra characters in. So you've got all 5. Oh, sorry, yeah, 6, should I say? Because you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. You've got 5 ninjas. That's what I was trying to get at. And then you've got the samurai, which she looks fantastic in that. And then you've obviously got Wu. And then you've got the pins on the side. We can add in the next ones. And that is 100% needed. And for the price point that it's at with those minifigures, they have really started Ninjago strong. You might not like the theme, but you've got to appreciate you are getting all of those minifigures plus another one in front of you plus this one for $34.99. So you really cannot go wrong whatsoever. With regards to Star Trek and you fans, holodeck display. Can I have the Enterprise on a table with loads of different color base plates around and have individual scenarios of different holodecks? So if that is the case, then the Orient Express is moving closer and closer to the delivery date of actually being ordered. And then at the winter, I was thinking I can actually then use the train either on this side of the display or downstairs in the Winter Village. But I was thinking of being completely different and just being an idiot and maybe doing a holodeck display, because I think the Enterprise itself is higher up enough. Put like a row of green base plates down on the one side, and then maybe a row of green in the middle, and then sand, and just mix it all up, and then just have the characters in different bits, or like an away team adventure. Just do those different bits and pieces. So yeah, I was just trying to come up with different ideas yesterday, because I need more than one reason to get the train. Because if it doesn't work with where I was going to put it, I need a backup plan for it. because obviously I will open it and I will build it, and then I don't want to get stuck with it. And I have said I am going to be much more selective with my sets. I did make it very, very clear that if it's not Winter Village related, I wouldn't get it first. And we've all said that that train would be important for next year. So that's tick the box for the Winter Village. But if it doesn't work, or I haven't got the space maybe for 1 year or whatever else, then yeah, I'm not 100% sure. Yep, Star Wars. Yeah, so it's interesting because I think if people that watch Star Wars before obviously it's like the original Star Trek was obviously, it was what it was, wasn't it? They did what they could with the technology that was there at the time, and then it went up against a movie blockbuster, and then the next gen came out and spiced everything up. Then the next gen movies were very, very good as well. So yeah, just want to know what your opinion are, because you guys could help them with the holodeck display. We can actually do those sorts of things live. Just thinking for random stuff next year. This year there's so many good sets coming out, but I'm sticking to Ninjago and Marvel. Yeah, I don't blame you at all. That's why I'm being very, very selective. I said my plan, because I haven't got anything on Cyber Monday. I didn't pick anything up on Black Friday. I wanted to go all in on the Winter Village stuff, because what I do every single year, I do my Winter Village and go, oh, I'm missing that one. I should pick that one up over the summer. But I buy all these other bits and pieces that I enjoy, and then go, I'm going to move it. Whereas the Winter Village stuff, it stays, it's out for a good amount of time, and then it'll be up in here as well. So we did a little bit of research with potential, like when it gets retired, maybe the Harry Potter. If Harry Potter releases the same scale train in snow, because I think there was an episode where they went to Hogwarts in the train and it was snowing. If they did that, then that'll be bought, and I'd have the Hogsmeade station, or I think it would be the Hogsmeade station, wouldn't it? It's not the London one. But the problem is that we're due a London train station next if they're going to do another one. So I don't think they've done a wintry snow train and station set yet. So again, just thinking for further down the line of different bits and bobs. But the Ninjago, I have seen a leaked image. I think like everybody else that has seen a leaked image, and assuming it is a real looking thing. It's so blurry though, I can't actually see much, but it's a big thing by the looks of it. Yeah, well, I did that once already. I've said this before. I was in the process of collecting some UCS stuff, had the Falcon and all that kind of stuff, and then I lost it with Disney when they removed everything from the Legoland parks. And now the crazy thing is, by the sounds of it, is that they might be removing that land and doing something else with it. And it's like, oh god! So they lost all of those amazing models. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see how that happens. But I'm not getting any Star Wars stuff now. So I have said that the Star Wars stuff that I've got is the stuff that's going to be sold first. That is staying, the big thing staying. If I can, and there's a very good possibility, but I've been thinking about it, the back table that I've got, that's really awkward to get to. So you might have seen it where I've got the Jurassic Park and the other little bits and pieces. There is a possibility that the AT-AT will fit at that part of the roof, and the sail barge will actually fit behind it where the green is behind me. If it fits there, then they can stay there for now, and then they'll go through. Yeah, I haven't picked up any of the Harry Potter trains, but I specifically want the snow one. But without doing any research, I don't think they've ever made one. So again, if there's any Harry Potter fans, have they released a Harry Potter train when it arrived in the snowy station? Because they've done the stations, they've done them with sunshine and all those other little bits and pieces, but have they done, because you can see what I want to try and do is that if I've got the Winter Village trains, which I don't know if you guys and girls have seen the videos or not. I know I upload loads of different content all the time for different lengths for different people. But because I've got both of the Winter Village trains, and we were saying about how nice that Harry Potter set with the Christmas would look, it has to have its own station, but the station has to be snowy. So rather than having to try and Christmify that even a word, make a train station Christmassy. If I could just get one that they've already done, that would be great. But I don't know they have. So, yeah. That's my 2 cents on the matter. But I would like to know if they have done that kind of thing. Not that I've seen. No, I don't think they have. I'm sure there'll be images online of the train because they did one of the films, didn't they? And Hogwarts was in the snow, so they've done the more Christmassy Hogwarts way back when, where it had the snow and stuff on the roof. But I don't think it had the matching train station to go with it, and that sucks. Because, like I said, I would have, if that now comes out, I would pick that up. But I've got stuff on my list which is all different things. So like this Harry Potter set, for example, and some other bigger winter villagey sets. There's going to be lots of different styles of stuff coming to the channel, and obviously for enjoyment of just what I do. But going back to the big Orient Express train, I do need a backup plan if it doesn't work. And I was thinking maybe the Enterprise as a holodeck. So yeah, I've got some crazy ideas next year, because what I want to do is I want to really knuckle down and make the displays, because the Winter Village one is done minus the new stuff that I'm doing now, and it's really nice to look at. It's really nice to see. You just spend a little bit of time and do it, whereas the stuff that I've got in here, it's all big stuff, nothing connects the dots at the moment, and it's always sort of like an under construction project, whereas I would just like to get my teeth sunk into each section like I'm doing with the Marvel stuff at the moment, and then we'll be good. So yeah, yeah, that's it. So I know. It depends what other waves are coming out for Harry Potter, because they've obviously released images now, haven't they, officially, of the first wave, but there is always a secondary wave with stuff that they do, and it is just very much a case of what is going to be in that wave, because it would be an perfect timing for me if this year, if it just happens to be a winter station, I would get that at the hope I got a spare one of them. I would get that at the same time as getting the Hogsmeade. I'll get both of those together and then just have like a bash at building all the Harry Pottery bits. But so I've got the alleyway, because the Harry Potter stuff that I got is all the stuff related to the theme park. So I can display that up here, but that will be going in the display. Oddly, I played it a little when it came out, but I need to go back and start going, well, hopefully you'll enjoy it, because there's a lot of games about at the moment, isn't there, for other little bits and bobs. So what is it you played? Oh, Hogwarts Legacy. Sorry, I missed that first comment. And again, I've gone up before that. Whoa, hang on. I had the poll drop down. So let me just recap everybody on the poll, and then I'll catch back up with everybody. So 10 votes in. Thank you for the poll. Thank you for the likes in the video. That's fantastic. So at the moment, the T-Rex is at 60, the Tudor Corner's at 30, and we've got a Willy Wonka fan in. There's somebody lurking in the background. There was sabotage for Wonka in the last poll. So that is at 10%. And Arkham this time has not got a single vote whatsoever. One day I want to try that goes around my room. That'd be nice. I've mentioned this before, but for Lego ideas, you need to, see, the Polar Express keep getting rejected. They tried it for the anniversary of the film. I don't know why they didn't do that. I would have been first in the queue at the Lego store if they actually make a Polar Express train, but they haven't. So I don't know why. I mean, obviously, be licensing issues and all of that kind of thing, but yeah, I don't know who Warner. It's not Warner Brothers, is it? Because if it is with Warner Brothers, if Warner Brothers have the Polar Express, which is now going over to Netflix, and it seems to be Lego's got friendly with Netflix, it might get a little bit easier for them to make it, but I don't know. Brick Sector, hello to you. Good afternoon. How are we? Feel free to take part in the poll. Let us know again what you are building, if anything, today, and I'll get it up on the Lego website and we can take a look. See, it does not have to be new stuff, and it doesn't have to be Lego stuff either. So if you are into your construction sets, just let me know what it is you are tucking into, and then we can have a look. I've got it in mine as well, Tim. I've got it in mine at the moment. Look, I'll show you. I've never lied to people. So if I get the page straight up, that so we were looking at this last, which is the Ninjago, this Ninjago just. And last night after the stream, look, I put it straight in my bag, and it's just waiting there with that winter gazebo. Right? Oh, I don't know what to do. Oh, the more I talk about it, the more I think it goes. And the worst thing is, last night it had a third giveaway with it because you got the Micro Ninjago City, which then disappeared this morning. So I was like, Matt. Oh, Warner Brothers does own the rights. Well, that could be very interesting because obviously Warner Brothers has just been bought out by Netflix. And of course, Netflix does the One Piece stuff, and Lego and Netflix are doing quite a lot of stuff together. So maybe. Ooh, maybe that'd be interesting. I know what we're talking about. Same, that set is burning a hole in my cart. Yes, it is. Yeah, it's in mine. I'm not lying. Yeah, it's been there. I'm waiting for it. But yes, very good news. Well, exciting news that Netflix now has bought it for huge amount of money, huge amount of money, which means there might be a full reset for all DC stuff. They might now carry on with the Snyderverse because they had been teasing that for a while, well before this was actually ever done over. Apparently, they have already said that the Batman 2 is coming straight onto Netflix along as well. It's going to be done with Netflix. Have already said about the Batman 2. Don't know where it's going to be going on to there or not. Yeah, the little teeny tiny Ninjago thing that was in my basket last night. So just a spontaneous free gift. They just gave it to you as an extra free gift, and I was literally about to go, yes, okay, I'll take it, and then I had demons in the back of my head going, oh, I don't know if I'm going to regret getting that set or not, and then it went. But others have been given micro scale Ninjago sets all week. They just keep putting them up spontaneously. That is a thing that they're doing, just to entice people in. So I know Shibo has got. Is your Orient Express arrived yet, Shibo? If you're lurking in the background. And Tim says, yep, full price it is then. Yes, it is at the moment. Have you seen, or are you going to wait for double points, or are you going to pull the trigger? That's the thing, because I've seen rumors again that double points are supposed to be happening. So is that going to be the case? Look at that. Look at the detail in it. It's supposed to be a Christmas tree, not a full-fledged modular style building thing. This is gorgeous. Overpriced, I know, don't hate me. And I have said that I hope this is a one and done from Lego, or every few years they do something more expensive. I don't want them to carry on making extremely high quality, high price sets every year, because that would just be impossible. Whereas the ones that they're doing currently are absolutely splendid. Yeah, all the patterning on this is really nice. Yeah, waiting for quadruple points. Yeah, well, maybe they might do. You never know. I think what I'm going to do is, if that set's still available, and if double points happen, I think it would be rude not to get it. But the only problem is that the gazebo finishes. So I don't know what's a better giveaway. Do you get this gazebo, or do you get, because you can't go into store and pick it up? Because if they had them in store, you more than likely get the gazebo and the new giveaway that's supposed to be coming out. But online, they won't do that. They won't overrun the giveaways. So it's a bit of a head scratcher. But it's looking more and more likely that it's going to be done. I'll probably do it too late and miss out, but I'll miss out on everything. So that is literally the story of my life. That happens to me all of the time. Some beautiful spare pieces. Right, bag 11. Nicely done. Big, nice little small bags. Well, this the quality. This is incredible. This is like a modular. This really is amazingly detailed on the inside of this. But I don't want more really expensive Winter Village stuff. I want a nice new train station next year, and if they just keep everything else at the price point that they've been doing stuff at, brilliant. But yeah, because let's be honest, that Santa that everybody's got, that thing there, that's really nice. So yeah, hopefully they will, because this is, it's actually blown me away by how much detail. I obviously saw it in the store, but because you've got stuff either side of it, because you've got like a little workshop and the fireplace and all the other little bits and pieces, when all the platforms and plinths and everything go in, and you got like this like a clip on the inside, so you build it in you build it in like weird sections, like length, and you put it down and pip it together, which is nice. So yeah, so far I'm actually really impressed with it. I can see why it's a lot of money, but at the same time, not sure I want them to do it regularly. Sean is still doing his Harry Potter set by the sounds of it. Yeah, so it's, what is that in pounds though? Hang on. What's that on the exchange rate? Yeah, so it's £200 cheaper if I went over to Canada and get it. But the pound though is a lot stronger than the Canadian dollar. So that's going to be the problem. That's a problem in certain places. But yeah, the Death Star it's a pricey thing. Pricey thing. Hey, let me go up. Hang on. Right. So John says, don't know about high quality, but expected high prices. Yeah, hopefully that doesn't carry on. It's been in the warehouse, ready to ship for the past 4 days. I've called the customer services yesterday because I got worried after I saw the sold out, and they said everything's having big. Yeah, because obviously the companies that they're using, they're just waiting for all those to get shipped out. And then we have an owl. So it seems to be more and more people are talking in code at the moment. Jay set all of this off with his toilet and car things, and I've got to decipher everything. But I know what the hoot is for with the owl. We must be getting fit. Either the pieces are coming apart or it must be finished. Sheba says everything is good with the order. Fantastic. How expensive Lego is in Canada and in Australia compared to the US and the UK. Yeah, that's it. It's all to do with how strong the currency is as well. Did your son have the pink belt in the front? Pink belt? No, it was exactly. Which figure are we talking about? The big thing? Oh, it's mirrored, isn't it? That's why I keep looking the wrong way. Or the actual minifigures. Last bag commencing. Happy days, happy days. Yeah, it's always a bit of a worry when you go into another country and you realise that your currency does not go a long way whatsoever. I've been into certain countries and it's amazing. I've been into other countries and gone, that is outrageously expensive. So, oh, is there? There's no print. There isn't a print on the belt though. I haven't got a print on the belt, don't I? Hang on. There's no print on that box. I've got just put the instructions down somewhere out the way. I don't know where I put them. I just moved the instructions. Per normal, can never find anything. There they are. That underneath our pole thing. Yeah. So there's no. No, I haven't got any. I didn't have any print on my belt at all. The belt is pink in font. Hey. No, I don't think I noticed that. I will confirm on the live stream starting at 8 o'clock. I don't have it in here anymore. But the buckle, oh, sorry, sorry, yeah, I just didn't think it had been printed properly. I did, yes. Yes. The belt, yeah, it's just not printed all the way through. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. I just thought you could actually see where like the printer hadn't gone back over. That's what I said yesterday. Yeah. I thought something was written on the buckle, but no, the actual pink bit. That makes sense now. I've caught up. I know. Yeah. We're there. We've caught up. Yeah. So I did. Yeah, I said that. I said that yesterday when it was being built, but it just you can spot it. I know. Yes, I know there is. Yeah, I thought it was writing. Yeah, because John said, did the Santa have the pink belt on the front? Yeah, it had mine's got like just a line though. It's not a huge thing. I think, well, to be honest, if the print's bad, they might resend the piece out if people complain, but I think I can get away with mine. Mine looks like it's just been scratched. So it kind of looks like it's a pinky red color underneath. But I will confirm on the live stream later on. Like I said, we are doing the double today, which is always fruity at the best of times. And I will have the Santa sat beside me while carrying on building this, more than likely. Just seeing what life is all about. And not that anybody probably cares, but I have done a little video of this year's BAM minifigures. So that'll be going live later on this evening as well. Okay. Yeah, so obviously because they wouldn't have done a reprint of any of those yet. So did he? So it's just that's just a common fault then. So somebody somewhere has messed up. But yes, mine did. So it's quite rare that kind of thing happens. But yeah, it does look more like a scratch rather than it just looks like it's not the high standard that we're used to as such. And I know a lot of people have had them, but I only had one piece break on me. I think that's it. I've only had one brick snap so far, so that's not too bad. I don't want to jinx it, but I think I've done all right with pieces not breaking. But no, this is very, very, very colourful. It's obviously the same sort of colours as the Santa, but because these must be the big hinges because it's the how the doors open up, doesn't it? So you've got all the huge hingy parts that are on here. So yeah, it's all like reinforced heavy duty hinges. Yeah. Well, I'll take a closer look then. Because mine's got the bit there, but it just kind of gave the effect that it was scratched, but maybe not. I can easily have a look at it later on, and we shall see. But that's the width and the different rooms. That's obviously 2 quarters, and then we've got the other 2 on the other side. So when that goes in the front, and then you've got the trees wrapped around it, you've got a lot of space for all of the minifigures, which is nice. Tis but a scratch, potentially, or a misprint, one or the other. It's just something, isn't it? So my question to Sean is, once your thing is built, how quickly are you going to be taking it apart? Or have you now actually found somewhere that you can take it to? I've got a feeling that Shibo's display, because you haven't actually said, Shibo, how many tables or base plates. John said he's 8 base plates deep for his Winter Village display, which is an amazing size. But Shibo's not actually said anything. But every time we hear there's more customization going on. So I think, is it like the whole backyard that you're you're changing. Just sounds like it's a big old display. So main thing is everybody's having fun with it, aren't they? And they're just enjoying it as they go. Four more hingey parts. Oh, yes. I'm working on a solution. Well, that solution better come quickly, otherwise you're going to be in trouble, because you're just going to be like, we're going to put it in front of the telly and then just have to move it when it happens. Yeah, I've got to work on a solution for my Venator, because even if I can move the big dog and the sail barge and keep them on display for now, but just sort of split them up and make more of a condensed display out of it, because obviously this is all going to go train track on this side. I'm convinced that's what's going to happen. I've got two options now. I have got options of adding in an airport with the trains to get them into my theme park, because I think the fact that I do so much traveling, I haven't actually got an airport or a plane represented or any track, which is a bit shoddy. I missed your comment. I can see the one with the delays. Oh, miles ago you said that. So I said hi to Brick Sector, but didn't actually say hello to Shibo. So Brick Sector, if you're here, good afternoon to you. The poll's 12 votes. It's at 50% for the Big T-Rex, 25% for the Tudor Corner. Willie and his Wonkers getting some action now at 17. And finally, there's a vote in for Arkham. And this is quite an important round as well, because the second place is finished differently every time so far, so this round might go into the final one. Shiba, there's an email address linked to this YouTube page. It's on the homepage, and you can send it over. You can send it over to that. I have been to Canada. Yes, I have. I met up with some lovely people over there. Went down around to all the different Lego stores. I literally went there as a spontaneous thing. I went there for like a long weekend, so it's like Thursday to Sunday, I think I went. Really cheap flight. Just flew over there, stayed in a half okay hotel, and then just went to a couple of the Lego stores, which was good. Got very familiar very quickly with the underground subway. Figured out where all of the Lego stores were. Went to one of your brick stores that are over there, which we don't have over here. Can't remember what the name of those stores are, but there isn't any of those in the UK. And I came back with some custom bits and pieces. So yeah, I had a lovely time. Actually, just jump on a plane, go to Canada for like 3 nights, 4 days, and come straight back and went straight back to work. So what is your favorite thing in Canada? It's either going to be snow or Lego building, isn't it? Surely. It's got to be one or the other. Got to be one or the other. This is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. But yes, there's it's the detachedbrick@gmail.com, I think, is the email address that's linked to this. So because you got it for all the YouTube stuff, when you type in your email address, when you read the bio of people's profile, it's on there. And I've put one in case anybody Lego related ever wants to ask me to send anything or do anything. Never has happened, but we'll see. What I have had in the past is actually people send me, which was really nice. They sent me photos of like different Legoland hotels around the world, and I added them into the video. So I do use the bits that I get sent in. Right, so my City Street display is about 10 plates length with a parking lot, front boutique hotel ends, and the side seaport area and monetized lighthouse on top. Wow. Well, if anybody's got Instagram, obviously it's the same name for Instagram, so you can send it over that way. If not, email it over. You've got the seaport area, the motorized lighthouse on top. That's a huge display. My favorite thing to do in Canada is leave. Fair enough. I've been coast to coast and across the north, but never into northern US much, as far less as Canada. On the shelf is the off-road mountain area with the A-frame cabin and treehouse. It sounds to me that you are very, very good at mocking the displays, Whereas I am very, very good at just dropping pieces on the floor and for it never to be found again. I think that's what it is. That's weird and wonderful. Yeah, everybody's got the different ways of doing things, haven't they? That's the thing. But you might miss it when you leave. That's the thing. You never know, dear. You never know. Right, this is all of the bits, I think, where the tree branches and stuff go on. And I want to know from Tim if he's going to purchase the Orient Express or if he's going to wait. Are they going to do a last double points and get us all, or has that boat sailed? Has that sailed? This is. I think this tree's gonna be very, very heavy. Hopefully, it's not. It doesn't fall apart, because that would not be fun. I think this is going to be quite heavy. Yeah. Ping them over if you can find the email address or Instagram everything over, because that way I can easily share them either way online for everybody else to see. So, no, we do. We still can get the milk delivered over here, especially in the Cotswoldsy areas where all the roads are really narrow and you've got all the people that just can't get to the shops and things. So yeah, that service is still available, literally fresh out the cow and then straight to your door. So that is service. You can't go wrong with that at all. That's all right. Slight panic. I was like, where's that piece gone? Right in front of me, underneath a mahusive leaf. Right, there is that thing just not the wrong way around. You built that the wrong way. That doesn't look right to me. No, I don't know too many. I'll probably recognise the channel logo, but a lot of the names don't stand out too much. So I need to be educated better with all of the other sort of streamers that are doing different bits and bobs. Because obviously there's so many people that do different things, isn't there? So there has been stuff all the time in my newsfeed, and obviously whoever it is, I'll stop and watch. But no, it's. What's going on with was that? I'm just dribbling a second. Bear with me. Just dribbling. How have I done? That's that bit. And that is. What have I done? Have I not actually built that bit properly? No, I have not built that bit properly. That would be why I'm dribbling. I've missed some bits. Look at that going, why doesn't that match up to the other side? Because I've missed a bit. You absolute disgrace. Disgrace. There we go. Now they match up. Now I can put it on and make a mess. Right, so we're adding height, width, structure. Got a clue. So that's going to clip in. That's going to clip in. So there is 4 clips and 6 studs just holding that bit together. So they've really reinforced everything. When the wind blows, possibly. How old am I? I am 38, I think now. Yeah, time flies. It's scary. It's scary. I started the channel in COVID. I started this in 2020, so been plodding on. Plodding on. That's it. That's it. I need a haircut, but no, that's it. Nothing exciting. But no, it's scary, really, because if you use COVID as like a blocker, and you think, oh, 6 years ago, next year, that all happened. It didn't seem like it was that long. So depending on how it affected people with regards to businesses and things like that, it's very, very scary. It does put it into perspective how quickly the time disappears, to be fair. So I would imagine some people lost a lot of stuff and other people kind of held on and tried to survive. I see. Oh, that is super sturdy. When you build it properly, it's really sturdy. So that's double. Yeah, that's easy. Yeah, so like, I mean, over COVID time, I did all the stuff on Instagram, and then honestly, if you wanted a toxic place for people just to, I just couldn't be dealing with it. So I thought, oh, I'll just start doing something completely different. When by that point it was 21, 22, started going to do like the theme park stuff, and was just doing all of those, and enjoy doing the lives and all that kind of stuff. But it wasn't really until we started doing the Star Wars series, and I did the live build parallel with it, and now it's sort of just stuck. Yeah, me and Jay. Oh, he's funny. Yeah, that's it. You notice he gets bigger and bigger in every video, though. He has been told he's huge now, so you need to be having words with him. But his collection is incredible now. Incredible. Yeah, I heard something about you guys not having the paper bags for this set. I was like, well, why? Because the paper bags have been around all of this year, and because what was the first set that could be pointing? The first set that came with paper bags, I do believe, was the Ninjago employee gift with purchase in 23. So why you're still using those, I don't know. Thank you very much. I love bright colours. So you'll see me in loads of oranges. I've got purples, yellows. Yeah, or do like, this is my special Halloween jumper that I wear all year round. So yeah, there's plenty of old videos on there. Yeah, so technically you've been to London since you're, yeah, that's it, exactly there, exactly, John. So you've been and gone, seen the world, and you probably went to London at a nicer time as well. Oh, corrected. 39. I've just turned 39 this year. Yes. Yeah, because it's past November. So yeah. Ooh, that's scary. Yeah, that is scary. I've been corrected in the comments. Maybe. Yes. Well, in my defense, I actually always forget because for one of my birthdays, I was actually in hospital for one of my birthdays. So that year's blanked. And then basically over COVID time was just a blur. So and then last year was also a blur. So yeah, the last few years haven't been great, to be honest, with regards to birthdays and that kind of thing. So last year was amazing. This year gone, not so much. But yeah, we've all got these points in life, haven't we, for different bits and bobs. But the comments are coming in so fast. So I've still got the poll dropping down. Let me go back up and see. Hang on. Who else have I missed? Hang on. I've missed loads. I've missed loads of you. So right, let me go through. So working on a solution I've read. Missed your comments. Yeah, we've covered that. Covered that. Let's have a look. Missed the medieval display. God, I'm gonna miss that. So the medieval display, 12 plates, 6 in front with 6 on a shelf on top of this as Rivendell. But that's a huge, massive area for that. Probably would miss it when I came over to the UK. You'd see and Joe just wanted a glass of milk and you'd be in a... Oh no, we get they got the screwy tops. So the cold, because you put it in the fridge and it keeps, but you can get them from the shops as well. You don't just get that kind of milk. Yeah, so I missed that comment and saw the other one. It's a train, not a boat. It's a train, not a boat. What is that for, Sean? I'm confused now. What did I miss? Going back through. Being corrected for age. And I think I've caught up. So John says, oddly, retirement is cool, but the problem is most you get life. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's it. Exactly that. There we go. Right, I need to slot this in the hole. These are big clips as well, really heavy duty. That's a good look at that. Super strong. See, nothing's fallen off yet as well, may I add. I just want to clarify that with everybody. Nothing has fallen off this as of yet. It's going to more than likely disintegrate. Yeah, I think it's important that whatever you do in your free time, you enjoy and make the most of it. I think that's the key thing. And then you just need to give yourself things to look forward to over the year. Because I think the one thing that COVID did to everybody was realize that it's the importance of having something to break the year up. Because I think we're all guilty of being a million mile an hour. I mean, I was working huge hours pre-COVID, and then I was thinking to myself, why? What's the point? So I've just put the Wi-Fi code, and of course it's the red nose, nice little sticker. What else is on here? I think we've got Employer of the Month, we've got lists, we've got a Santa's Christmas tree, we've got all of the different elves. So we've got a night elf, a brick elf, the space, an Ninjago candy cane elf, somebody just carrying some presents. We've got the Santa's computer in big. We've got the Employee of the Month. We've got another Santa. We've got radar. Ooh. And we've got more pins going in this. So yes, don't forget this build is meant for 6 people at the same time if you wanted to do it. So you could all build 4 bags each, and the tree would be built in about an hour. And I am plodding on and getting this done. More technical. Well, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that it's a more technical than I expected there to be. I don't think there is, but I didn't. I'm saying that I couldn't quite grasp how they did all these bits. So now I'm figuring it out. Because they have got all of the funky Technic bits and pieces on there. I'm just hoping that it's not going to be the scenario like you got all of these. Look, so you got all the bits for the leaves, which are obviously very, very strong. I'm finding it harder and harder to make good use of free time as I get older, probably because I spend so. I think what it is I mean, if you are just building something now in the background, it doesn't matter, does it? So, but the technology advanced so quickly from 2020 to 2023. They said that we leaped like 10 or 15 years in advancement, because if you think in such a short period of time, DVDs then disappeared, none of that came out. It's all streaming service now, everything else. And if you were born in 2020, that is your standard technology, everything streaming service. So if you think like if you're now 5 or 6 years, coming up to 6 years old, and you only ever watch stuff on a streaming service on your phone, that's the scary thing, because you think, wow, that really did change very, very quickly with all of that kind of stuff. But yeah, from a technical sort of advancement, and then also what I'm doing now, they pivoted and they marketed it to more adult base for a period of time, and we've obviously got much more detailed sets because of that kind of thing and everything else. So yeah, it's just what you do with, utilizing your time. But everybody that's in the background, welcome. Obviously, just let us know what it is you're building. I can flop it up onto the Lego website so we can take a look. The poll is ticking over nicely with 13 votes into the poll. The Big T-Rex is at 54%, as it should be. That's the set of the year. The Tudor Corner is at 23%, 8% for Arkham, and Willy and his Wonka is at 15%. So as we are looking at that, I'll just do a quick recap so far of this current group. So we are in group 4. And so far, second place is close, because for second place, the Tudor Corner's on 4 points, Arkham's on 5, and Willy Wonka's on 5. So basically, whoever comes second in this one is going to take it into the last round, and it'll be close. So yeah, that's it. It's interesting though how literally in the last 5 years everything's changed. And you literally could have blink and you miss, and it is one of those sorts of things. The scary thing is obviously how people pay for stuff with regards to it just being on phones, and people not realizing it's actually quite important. You still need the chip and pin, because if the contactless doesn't work, can you imagine going to the Lego store and going, I haven't got my card on me, but I'm just going to use my phone, and they go, sorry, the actual machine's not working properly. Oh, what a waste of a trip that would be. So you've got to always make sure that you've got those things on there. Obviously, the Lego's most important to everybody. But yeah, let us know what it is you're building in the background. I need to know how the Harry Potter thing is turning out. I also need to know. I need to know that comment of a boat, not a train. I need to know what that's all about as well. Yeah, so I've painted all the bricks up. So we've got green on that side, obviously, as you can see, orange, yellow, blue behind you, and then it wraps around to Arkham red on the other side. So that's all the Ninjago-y Batman stuff, which is going to get a lot of TLC over the next couple of weeks. So because the set behind me is going to be placed once I've done all the reviews on that'll be placed, which then means I can carry on with our Marvel bit. So that will look all neat and tidy. Then sort of by January, this will be ready. This will be done. So I'll literally be waiting to get new sets in for that. It's all going to be Ninjago for January. I think it'll be in Ninjago January, getting all those bits and pieces in. As it stands, I'm not getting anything day one in January yet. The only set and it depends on how it looks, will be the new Ninjago set as and when we hear something about it. But if we don't hear anything about it, sorry, if it's not massively important, sorry, and when we hear about it, it's just one of those that we can wait, then I will wait, because clearly it's not going to have an exclusive giveaway, because obviously they don't tend, the Ninjago stuff doesn't tend to have giveaways, does it? But they are doing all of these minifigure things. I am tempted by the much cheaper sort of £35 set. I think that's a really nice thing. At the same time, I don't know if I'm going to go to store day one in January. I just don't know if I can be dealing with the hassle. I'm also thinking I might do New Year here on the live stream, because I do nothing for New Year's. I couldn't care about it whatsoever. So I might see New Year in on the Lego website, see what the giveaways are all about. Maybe order some stuff online. Maybe order some stuff online instead. I know Jay is going into the Lego store, because he's done that. I think he did that last year, and he's now going to make that his new tradition for New Year's. But yeah, I don't know. I can just see it being really very busy at the start of January for the Lego store. Maybe the day after. So I have gone in the day after New Year's, and there was nothing. There was no minifigures left. Like, there was loads of stuff missing. I purposely went in on the 2nd of January. I was like, oh, how was it yesterday? And literally the staff were like, oh, God. But because so many people go into store on the 1st, the 2nd's quite nice. So Shibo's going to be in. I know Shibo's going to be going to the store on New Year. Jay's going to be going to the store on the New Year. I know. I don't know if Ryan or a couple of other people said that they might be going in at the start as well. So yeah, I don't know. So I know it's mega for people to hurry and get the new modular that's going to be coming out, but you have got a very fruity January the 1st, because you've got Ninjago, the modular, and Stranger Things. And I would imagine the Ninjago would take you over the threshold needed for the modular giveaway, which then means get the modular on double points and blah 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 blah. Jay from Ninjago. No, I don't know Jay from Ninjago. Jay with the big bushy beard that comes on with the live streams with me from time to time. He is about, obviously not about now, but he is supposedly going to the Lego store. What am I supposed to do with this bit? Nothing. Are we going to put 2 and 2 together in a second? No. So yeah, I think I'll be here, seeing the new year, seeing the New Year's in, maybe. But who knows? If not, I won't. If I will, I will. We'll see. So John's getting no January purchases for you. Shira says be on the stream. So I think a lot of people that just don't do too much for New Year's might just want to. Well, they're going to be looking. It's basically like Cyber Monday, Black Friday, isn't it? They're just going to be pacing the internet just to see what that new giveaway is going to be about, what all those other little bits and pieces are going to entail. Because of course, have we already been given everything? Do we know what everything's going to be? Or are we literally waiting for it all to happen? Why is that? So there's 1, 3. Oh, is that just, oh, it hovers, it just overhangs. Ah. Oh, I see. Yeah, so it'll be, I think New Year might be a busy time because of the time zones and things as well. It's quite interesting going live for like 8 o'clock or whenever, because what did you do? 8? Yeah, it was 4 hours, didn't I, for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. And just hearing everybody in the different time zones going, oh, this was available, this wasn't. And it was just quite nice to hear all those different bits and bobs. So But the question is to any Ninjago fan out there, what do you think of them doing the minifigures or 7 exclusive minifigures now? Because is there going to be sets that you don't want, but you want the minifigures from, especially if you're going to get that beautiful stand? Because of course, if everybody wants to get that beautiful stand to add all the minifigures in, you're going to end up having to get that huge mech, which I've got no need for whatsoever. I don't know whether to get over the next 18 months those sets and have them as part of a playground for Ninjago and that kind of thing, because it's all Ninjago based stuff down there, but I don't use them as much. Just ordered the Western Saloon and Train. Ooh, what company? Have a look. We'll have a look. John's got excited. Was that the same company we were looking at the Western stuff at yesterday? Oh, that is so cold. Good grief. What company that's from, John? And I'll take a look. Because I did like the look of those Western sets. And I need your knowledge as well, actually. Anybody, again, that is Star Trek fans, I am trying to think of a time where they went to the Wild West. Now, I don't know if there's a Wild West episode or if there was a hologram. I have started to do a bit of research into... I've seen them all, but I'm just trying to rejig my memory of... Was there a time where they did do something? Because I have got some quite silly ideas for this sort of away team type holodeck thing, if it happens. It might not, or it might. Look at this again. How sturdy this is. I've got to carry this down the loft ladders as well. Oh, the Lumi. Oh, you're going down that road. Okay. I thought you'd have had. Did you look at the other bits and pieces, John, that we were looking at yesterday? Have you got those sets already? Because there was quite a lot from that group, wasn't there, with regards to the Western things. I do need to, like I said, I need to introduce Jay to that to see if he crumbles at anything, because he's gone all in on the Bricklink Western stuff, and they look so good. They do look good. Yeah, the Bricklink Western things do look fantastic. But I was thinking, I do like the Western Train, basically. So I would like maybe that one day. But I don't know if I could use that with the Enterprise, or I just have it at the station. Like I said, some interesting things that I am going to try and do for the display perspective next year. But who knows? Who knows? Original series did OK Corral. The OG Star Trek or the Series 1? Just having a look. Let's have a look. I can't find anything. Yeah, I'm sure they would have done. Sure, they would have done something. Oh, that's such a gorgeous thing. Hang on. Because let's have a look at Bricklink very, very quickly. So we've all been talking about the train from the Lego site, obviously. But the Bricklink Designer Program stuff that has been shipped 5/4 It's one before that. Is it 3? This is the same length as the other one, the Orient Express. Yeah, that's the thing, John. Exactly. That's why I'm sort of umming and ahhing for it. But yeah, this thing was beautiful. So, but it's very, very, very long. So, like I said, if I could, because obviously you can see how it links up. I wouldn't get any of the other sets, but just potentially the trains. It just seems to be that with the Star Trek, where they do those kind of things, they're on board those kind of things quite a lot. But then there is also the opportunity to do other little bits and pieces as well, maybe. So here's Pumpkin. You coming, Fluff? Pumpkin. Come on. She's so clever. So clever. You coming? So yeah, it's just a case of what goes where and why and what for, really. It's getting interesting. We got all of those Technic pins are all starting to line up. So you're not going to go Western. So not going to go to Western. Space and money will start to be an issue. Yeah, that's it. That's it. I think everybody just had to go in for different themes. I was tempted to go all in on the castle, and then obviously bin that off. So now I think I might go. It's like a big hybrid. I think I just want a big track now. I've seen what I did with the Winter Village stuff. I've got loads of spare track. I think I'll get some switch tracks, just have a load of trains with a big sort of like depot and some stations. And I don't think it matters what trains are going to be in there because they could link into the entrance of a theme park. They could be maintenance trains for, like the Bricklink train would work if it was going around the outside of the park. And then that could tag team in and have the Orient Express going around, or I keep it on a specific table and do the different bits and pieces. But like John says, you can at other companies, you can buy a whole theme for the price of one thing. So it is just been very, 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 very selective of doing just these different bits. And am I dribbling again? Where's that bit? That's that. Oh, that bit. Okay. Oh, right, okay. Lots and lots of fiddly little Technic pieces. So everybody that's liked the video so far, thank you very much indeed. See, the poll is Willy Wonka's still creeping. There was mutiny on that last time. Willy Wonka took a very, very strong lead in the last poll. How that happened, I don't know. And it still got caught up and beaten. So even with cheating tactics, it did not beat the big T-Rex. But I think that big T-Rex for me is probably the build, possibly one of the builds of the year, I would say. Just put that on. I've just put that on upside down and backwards. That is a skill. I'm not going to lie, that is a skill to have. There we go. You come in here. You say hello? You're going to into your bed. What are you going to do? What are you doing? Do some of this. Come on. What are you doing? He's looking at me like, why are you up here? Nope. Yeah, makes sense. If there's a thing that you like, you can crack on and go with it. What are you doing? Come on, then. Nope. Nearly had her. She ran off. Never mind. I'm sure she'll come back. Right, so we're adding in. See, these are big pieces. These are big leaves. And then you've got these really nice bits. And I do believe that's where the light kit can go underneath. Because the big baubles as well, you can put the light kits on. I think these should be nice and sturdy. But yeah, you've just got all the big bits that go on. And they do angle and move, so you can do all the little bits and pieces. You're back. Welcome. Hey, look at that. It's all coming in now. So Hedwig's complete. Congratulations. Are you now just going to take it apart, or do you have a home? And glad you're back. Welcome. You haven't missed too much. We are just carrying on with the tree stuff. And I am hoping not to mess it up. And because I am in that kind of mood now, I have just seen, and this is anybody that's in the UK, very exciting, that they have just added the Grinch, but the good Grinch. Well, I say this when I say the good Grinch, I don't mean like one's better than the other, but I mean the cartoon Grinch over the grumpy Grinch is on ITVX. So I'm going to put that on later on because it's such a beautiful Christmas film with all the colours. I'll be watching that. I'll be watching that later. See, sad like that. So yeah, see what I mean about just these bigger elements. So if you wanted to make a small version, these would look quite nice, like a hedgerow in a Christmas street as well. So if you can pick, I don't know how much these elements are, but if you can pick up some of these off the Lego website, they'll definitely work in a winter village. Ooh, you sure it's a minifigure you sent for comparison? You're not going to do me dirty. Oh, very nice. There you go. Very, very, very nice indeed. That does look very smart. And you've got the golden minifigure underneath. Just having a look at that. That looks very, very smart. That. Yeah, that does look good. Right, shut those down. Happy days. I'm getting notifications through from people that aren't actually in the live stream. I've got a funny feeling if I listen to one of those voice notes, they'll be asking me when am I going live again. So clearly, people haven't hit the notification bell. So I will be having words with Mr. Lego King. Be like, why are you sending me a message when you should just be telling me in here? Well, things it depends with it depends on what you're collecting for, I guess. I mean, obviously, if it's an investment kind of thing, the one thing at the moment with Lego, as we all know, is that if you get it and then you need to sell it, you are always there or thereabouts and get your price back for it. The alternate brands, it depends on their longevity of how long they're staying. If they've got a good few years underneath their belt, then potentially those original sets might get more valuable. Or the other side of the story is they won't, but then they'll be fine. My only problem is if you get a set and then you can't find the pieces after. If something breaks, because it'd be me, I stand on it and snap it. Like, for example, the problem I've got with Mattel, not problem with Mattel, but the problem I've got with the Snake Mountain. So I've got the He-Man castle underneath here from Mattel. I've got the Snake Mountain as well. Jay very kindly sourced it for me on Amazon, and I think I've said this story a couple of times. Got the set sent, looked great, just didn't have space to open it up, so I just literally left it up in here. I was like, right, now's the time, open it all up. We're going to do a comparison, unboxing and everything else. I started to unbox it, I'm like, it's missing every bag number that has a character in. And over in the UK, you could email somebody, you're never going to hear it back. So it seems to be with the smaller companies at the moment, they're more probably more regional friendly. But at the same time, it's always good to support other companies because you want to get those businesses up and off the floor as well. So, but some of the sets do look great. I think maybe that's what people's concern was when Bricklink got sold over to the Lego Group, because it sort of took that independent bit away from it. Oh, it was you. Yeah, I was the you'll have to do. That did make me chuckle. Yeah, that was the same time as somebody else said that they were building the croissant, and then they tried to retype it in and they called it a croissant again instead of the gunship. Yeah, all good fun. Well, to be honest though, it's one of those, isn't it? Because if you know that if you didn't get on with the set, you can sell it, and you're not losing money on it. I think that's the biggest thing. That's what Sheiba's trying to get at. Because obviously, if she wants to sell a collection, she can, and she can then just buy the same value again. Whereas if you're buying stuff a lot cheaper, you might just then not. You just won't have any potential customers for it, or you might. It's one of those. So. But it's like anything, time will tell with these kind of things from a businessy perspective. Because don't forget, I mean, the Lego Group themselves were nearly bankrupt, so they've gone through it. They've gone through it once already. It's not new news to anybody. With regards to how they are doing stuff, and yes, they have got like the I think the biggest thing at the moment for competition, and I think we can all agree on this, is the best designs. Who has the best design? So, I can't get it. I can't get that on. Yeah, there's one way of looking at it. Yeah, if it doesn't matter. I mean, don't forget, some people are getting these sets for investment, aren't they? So there's certain sets that have tripled in value in the 2 or 3 years. So I don't know what other company are doing that. They're saying that this brand of construction sets are going quicker than gold. So some people are literally enjoying it, building it, and at the moment they're knowing that they don't have to worry. And there's not many companies that can say that they have that sort of ability. But that's not what we're buying the sets for, obviously. But some people, there we go. Some people do. But yeah, this is huge. Look at that. So yeah, mix and match the leaves up. This is really, really pretty. This is really pretty. And obviously I'm biased with the Christmassy stuff because I do like the Christmas stuff. But yeah, got a little spare bow. Nice. Yeah, that's it. So I mean, if it's like anything, everything's got a shelf life. When you don't need it anymore, you can sell it on. But it's what it looks like on display. If they all mix and match and it's just a collection, it doesn't matter. We were saying yesterday that potentially there'd be certain themes that you couldn't merge because we were looking at the medieval stuff yesterday, weren't we? And you're going to have to stick with the company on that with regards to how the things are built and the scales of stuff. Whereas that Christmas set that we saw with the ski lift, that would go perfectly next to the Art of Chocolate, and you'd be well away. Yeah, that's it. It's the investment's a different topic whatsoever, but it is also quite nice knowing, and it's happened already. So you've got it, John. The Santa's visit, because now that's retired, you can literally sell that for half already of what you paid for it. So those people that bought that Santa's post office in the UK now, it went into a sale. It's now sold out, and you are now paying, what was it? It was 89, wasn't it? 90. So it's about 150. What? 2 weeks? So that's the difference. Not that it's meaningful, but it's also a problem because it makes things backtracking very, very difficult. Whereas the flip side is, if, say, for example, I want that Winter Village set with the ski lift, and then I realized, again, I haven't done my research into that. So if you guys and girls, obviously, with it being an American-based company, if you have seen any of the older Winter Village stuff, because I don't know if that's a new line to them. I don't know if because it said it was new, but I don't know if they've done any other previous, because potentially they won't be that expensive to backtrack, which then for me is perfect. So it's a double-edged sword, really, with regards to if you wanted to collect things that don't hold the value, then you can backtrack them easy enough. And then at the same time, it's all well and good for those people that are sitting on the sets. But like, if anybody missed out on that Santa's post office, which I said when it went into the sale, I couldn't stress enough that the shelf life is too short. It will just skyrocket because it's only a year's worth. And I know John's got it. I've got it. I think Ryan's just picked it up, and a few other people managed to get it because obviously you're enjoying the Winter Villagey bits. But it is one of those that it just goes up. And the when I was doing the Winter Village stuff a couple of weeks back, after I did one of the videos, I started to research the 3 sets that I'm missing. Anything that has a shorter lifespan is much, much harder to find and much more expensive. No, that's it exactly. A lot of people don't. A lot of people don't. A lot of people don't think that way. But it's also at the same time nice knowing that you've got the money there. Like this stuff, I could sell all of this for the price that I bought it for, no problem, and it could be reinvested into anything, couldn't it? So I think that's the difference, because I think we all feel a bit guilty about having hobbies, and doing stuff and just enjoying stuff. And if there is ever a rainy day and something has to go, hence like the AT-AT, spoke about this already, it could come into being helpful. So yeah, I can see it from both sides of the story. So yeah. But we're what? This is the third bag that we're attacking. This is just I'm only cruising putting this together. I'm not trying to build this very, very quickly whatsoever. I did see quite a funny thing yesterday, and I know this is always a hot debate and a hot topic with parts usage and the smaller bits and the bigger bits. And somebody was kicking off, and it was for the new blue train, and I knew it was going to happen, but they were kicking off about the new blue train, and they were saying, "Oh, Lego's up to their old tricks again. They're using smaller pieces instead of something they could easily do as a bigger piece." And then the first comment was, "Well, the smaller pieces are cheaper than what the bigger piece was." I was thinking, actually, yeah, like it could well be that. So that was a. Then it got spicy. I didn't write anything, but you can just imagine how that triggers people off. But I did laugh. But yeah, there seems to be. Oh, I got you. There seems to be a lot of sort of ragey bait bits and pieces at the moment. I got you. There you go. Put your feet there. Put your feet there. Yes. You don't want to stay up here now? That's a no. Sorry. Well, this is very true. Yeah, I suppose I think that's another good way of looking at it with regards to. It's always nice to think that whatever you're collecting will go up in value, because it will always be harder to get the older ones. So yeah, again with swords, I mean, like anything, isn't it? There's so many different things that you can pick up and collect, like the model village Christmas decoration stuff. You know, the things that move around that you turn the batteries on and things. It's they go for mega money. The older ones, which are amazing to think of. Now, I would never have associated things like that. But yeah, with regards to anybody that's collecting anything, it's always nice to know that the value will always go up. But then at the same time, it's not the main reason why we do it. So yeah, always good fun. But no, that was a rather heated thing yesterday, and it did make me smile, because to keep the price down, they added in more pieces, which I thought, actually, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, the swings and roundabouts with those kind of things, but but it's also people that get salty that have just, funny enough, been rejected from the LAN. Isn't it funny how that happens? All of a sudden, 2 days later, they're not happy with the quality, or they're not happy with this, or they're not happy with that. It's just because they're angry that they didn't get into the LAN, and they're not going to get sent those free Lego sets. Because I see that a lot of people now are being sent the Lumi stuff, and they are being sent a lot of other branded stuff as well, which, you know, they are starting to push that out there. And again, we're saying about the designs of stuff. I think that's what's coming down now. It's going to be very, very important. Does the design look good? and what do people think of just what it is that they're buying. That is all. I can't actually. Good grief. The one thing they still haven't got nailed is the color brown, because that is just impossible to see. Which way is it going? Facing that way. Yeah. There we go. That is going there. You can see it when they've got the blue line around it. We can't see it in the instruction booklet. Yeah, that's it, exactly. Yeah, that's it. Well, it's a. I just thought for that specific conversation, I thought actually no, that's because they're trying to just kick off, because it was only on the train set, because the Winter Village train, if you think, is a lot cheaper than the Lego City bits and pieces, and yeah, they were kicking off, going, oh, they're just doing this to get the piece count up, and they're going to charge more, but the bricks are cheaper than the bigger bit that would have been needed. So yes, granted, you had 2 or 3 pieces, but they did it on the Star Wars set, didn't they? You remember I was saying that they were giving you extra large pieces instead of giving you 3 that would fit in 1. So yeah, it does seem to be different designers do things differently. And going by the set that all of you guys and girls have picked up with the Starship Enterprise, you've all got those really nice new big chunky pieces, haven't you? The really, what they're covering like 9 studs or 10, 12 studs or whatever it is. It's that new weird shape that they put in. So you're getting quite a lot of new elements for that. So that's always nice. But yeah, the designs now are going to be very important, especially with other companies that are coming out with other things. And yeah, we'll see what unfolds over a period of time. If I got another piece, oh, there it is. I was going to say, these leaves are so big, it's hiding the bits. That way. There we go. There we go. No, that's it. Some people like it, some people don't. The one thing I couldn't quite understand was the 2 trains. I did the little comparison of the 2 trains, and one went from a 12 plus to a 18, and they were literally the same piece count. So, but it's always nice to obviously have more pieces, which obviously takes slightly longer to build. But like was it the 8080? They had to do those new molds for the legs and all the ratchets and stuff that were in there. So there's a lot of other stuff that goes on behind the scenes, and that's why the Technic crane was so expensive. Do you remember that huge yellow Technic crane that came out? They used loads of new pieces in that they had to specifically make for that set, so that's why that was so expensive. But then over time, the pieces do get cheaper. But I can't get over how expensive the Barracuda Bay sails are, and don't lose the Black Pearl sails, because if you start to lose the Black Pearl stuff, you're going to be paying through the nose for a new lot of those. So yeah, there's definitely certain elements are a lot more expensive than others. So just be careful and wary with regards to losing those pieces, because it could end in disaster. And I know firsthand, because my sail barge got wet brick dust damage on them because of when that wall was basically corroding before it fixed it up and all got repaired, and that was a right pain in the backside. Is that just that high? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Oh, cool. Okay. What is... Oh, these must be the dividers where the leaves go through. So I'm assuming we add more leaves in onto those bits around. Must be that. Well, it depends on what set it is, because like you've got to be honest, the Bionic Gardens that has all those new flowers in there, it needs the pieces in there, otherwise it would just look like it's all weeds and horrible. So as long as the parts are correct, linking to that set. I mean, if I didn't have a load of leaves, then it wouldn't look like a Christmas tree, would it? So granted, if they gave you a load of stuff outside the X-Men mansion and said, "Oh, here's 400 flowers you've got to put together," you'd be sort of questioning the reason why. But no, as long as the bits are used in the right way. But then it's like the Colosseum and the Eiffel Tower. A lot of people said the Eiffel Tower, the end result's fantastic, but that's possibly the worst build anybody's ever done, because it's literally the same technique all the way up. The Colosseum I had, and I went tan blind because it was just literally the same color for the whole thing. Granted, the base they tried to make all bright and colorful, but you sort of just go, you're just looking at the same color continuously. That's where it's not as much fun. Whereas if it's smaller elements and you're making up loads of bright little flowers or other little bits and pieces, then it's not as bad. That's why I didn't like putting that wasn't too bad, because it was bite-sized chunks and it was different rooms. But the AT-AT, with it just all the same style stuff. And by the sounds of it, the Titanic's worse. So yes, it does seem that some of the bigger sets are also a bit more of a pain in the backside to put together. But no, if it's detailing, like all the bits that come with the Ninjago stuff, the end result is amazing. But then you don't pay through the nose for those sets either, do you? So oh, those. Oh, well. The thing is, it's the end result's nice. I say all about the structure, apart from the AT-AT, which just falls apart. Let's have a look. Oh, what a shame! My T-Rex is winning. I'm Wonka's catching the Tudor corner. So there's now 14 votes in the poll. Thank you to everybody that's liked the video as well. So we're 50% for the T-Rex, 21% for the Tudor Corner. Arkham Asylum and Willie and his Wonka is drawing at 14% each. So Jay's favourite ever set. And apparently, I got sent a message from the man himself the other day, being told that a YouTuber that is much bigger than me, he's very kind with his words, did a top 10 or top 20, and the Tudor Corner is by far the best set of the year. And my answer to that was has he built the T-Rex? And that's how the conversation ended. But not only was the Tudor Corner the best set of the year, supposedly, it was also the best set of the best modular of all time as well. So yeah, there's some nice bits to be taking a look at. Just going back over to my basket there. Do I want another winter gazebo? Do I want another winter gazebo? I am just checking. There's no way that they would have put any new Ninjago news up on here yet, is there? That'd be tomorrow. Do we think that'd be tomorrow or midweek? Will that be? Oh, I suppose they're going to update the website again on Wednesday with this new giveaway. So maybe they'll put the new images up on Wednesday. But yeah, just quickly scrolling through all of these, the people are just going to be fighting for all of these Lego City sets. It's going to be a right nightmare to get on the website as well if you wanted anything new. But you've got plenty of time. You've got a minimum of what normally. Well, we know that the Chinese New Year stuff is only 12 months. Everything else about 18. So, but yes, the Tudor Corner is getting an absolute spanking at the moment, and that's fine. That is okay. That is good. So John's all about the structure. Well, this is the sturdy. Unbelievable. Honestly, it's so sturdy. I mean, look at all those pieces that are in there, just holding this together with all the different leaves that are going on. And then obviously you add these big chunky bits, and then that's actually, I think, where the LEDs go. I've seen people use a light kit for this, and it literally lights up as bright as a Christmas tree. So, yeah. some things have to be repetitive, and you get a nice. I'll put up with a repetitive build as long as the end result is okay. But if you take a step back and just go, "Oh, really wasn't worth it. It doesn't add much," then I'll just moan about it like until I'm blue in the face. But we're all like that, aren't we? We're all like a good whinge and a moan. We'll put the world to right if we could, but I think that is that way. I think that's that way. I think that is that way. Soon find out if I got it wrong. I've got to be really careful with this because how important these pieces are. And I think Jay won't have time to vote in this poll because his toilet break won't be till later on. So he will miss out on this one. Like I said, 8 p.m. we'll kick things off again because we'll be just talking about sets, and I'll have the screen up as I'm probably building just one more bag in the background. And at 8 o'clock, I can get everybody's comments on the screen as well because I'll be using the other software. So I want to give that a whirl again. Oh, I figured out what all these are for. That is where you do put all the leaves on. So they've got all of these different bits. What's that? That's on wrong. That's got to be that piece. Has to be on wrong. That must be that way. Must be that way. Up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Yeah, that was on the wrong way. It's on the right way now. Because I've had the leaf going sideways. That would never have been any good at all. But I'm also wondering why the Willy Wonka's not getting any love today, because that did very, very well last time. It is close between Arkham and Willy, though, because third place is going to be important in this group because it's been so tight over the four sets. It seems to be, I think, that we have a clear winner from one of the rounds already, which I think is Tricklebricks' round. So hopefully Tricklebricks is okay. We haven't heard from Tricklebricks for a week or two, have we? So the I think Django Slave 1 was running away with it, but it actually finished in third place in the last round, so maybe not. That's the one I thought. The Shire has won every round it's been in, and potentially the big T-Rex, depending on how this goes. Out of the 4 rounds, 2 sets are running away with it. It's not. I think the Tudor Corner looks bad, but it's just not as great as everyone says. Plus, it's my biggest complaint is that it's smaller but costs a fortune. Same for the new. Yeah. It's good, like we said about the shapes and things, didn't we? So the thing is with the new one, I mean, there's not that many more pieces, is there? And it does cost that little bit more. So where are the question is, where are those pieces being used? Because you could kind of think, all right, yeah, it's okay if there's loads of detailing in the rooms, but as you know, the rooms are going to be a lot smaller this time, so they can't put all of those pieces in the rooms. So yeah, where are those pieces going to be used? But I think it actually looks really nice with the pub, with the steps up for the pub. So I know those 2 sets aren't everybody's thing, but I think that's how I am going to display. I will have them displayed eventually. But like I said, there's no incentive at the moment to get it day one unless you really, really like it. And I know lots of people do. I know lots of people really do like it. So I like it from the fact it's different. I like the fact, I've said this a couple of times now, with regards to what it's made up from. I think it's going to look gorgeous with the assembly square close by as well. And of course, it's got a cat at the front. So it ticks all the boxes. It ticks all the boxes for me. The The pub one, I see it all the time, so I see that architecture around these parts, and yeah, I didn't really care as much as a lot of people, I don't think so. But yeah, some people seem to adore that one. Some people don't seem to like it. Everybody's got their own taste, haven't they? They all go through the different architectural bits, and then yeah, the end result is that there is literally something for everybody. Is my biggest thing is I just want them to match up. As long as they go as a 3, then you can easily make your little street up. And whereas that kind of maybe happened before, yeah, does it happen as much now? That's the thing. What was going on with this? Yeah, that's it. It depends. Well, I think that one of the biggest, the more interesting points that I've seen from somebody, this chap on, is it Brick Educator? I think it was on. Yeah, it was. Came up with a very, and I think he saw it somewhere. Would you like a completely empty modular on the inside, and you pay for the structure, and then you put your own stuff in it, or do you like it as part of the build? And some people go, no, they're making a modular, it's all part of it. I like to take the photos with it, and I like seeing those pieces in there, because some people do take theirs apart quite a lot, whereas other people don't take it apart at all. So nobody's going to be happy with them. Like, not everybody's going to be happy all the time, because when they do a base plate and half modular, like the museum, which looks great, too big, I only want it to be on a base plate. So everybody will whinge over different things, and as long as they tick the box for as many people as possible, that's all you can do, isn't it? When every single person thinks it's bad, then that's a different top. Then they know they've done something wrong. Whereas if it's always mixed, they've done exactly what they can do. And that's it. That's all they can do. But it is the back front. Back, I think I'm right. These little bits on the leaves do look quite effective. And I was thinking more and more about the Home Alone house after we were speaking about it yesterday as well. And luckily, like I said, that's completely out of stock and sold out at the moment, so I don't have to worry about that. But I think that is going to happen next year. So I think that'll be another set that will be being built on the channel between now and potentially next Christmas, or it might be my Christmas build of next year. There's 2 possibilities depending on what ends up happening throughout 2026. What the Tudor corner? You can't put the new one next to the older one because it looks too. Well, the staircase is next to a small building, isn't it? As long as it's on that side, you're laughing, because obviously then it steps up. But it's supposed to look like a street, so you've got the curve of the one. You've got like a V shape made. So somebody put the Tudor corner on. As you look at the new one, they put it on the right hand side, and it looked amazing. Wouldn't necessarily work against the left hand side. Yeah, so Shebo has the Tudor corner, bookshop, jazz club, boutique hotel, and the shopping street with its shape and the colours. Yeah, exactly. I think putting it in the middle, you'll be good. But they've definitely carried on with the pub, because if you've just got the staircase and then it kicks in and it zigzags through. But you have to have both, and you think you are I think you're limited to how it can be displayed. But if you have the right ones it can be displayed against, I think it would look very, very, very effective. But as a standalone thing, because of its shape by itself, I don't think it would work, because that's the problem I've got. So I've done the diner with a little 8-stud path either side of it for a theme park perspective, but there's no way I'll be able to do that with a newer one. So I would have to have the pub on the right hand side, the new one with the staircase going up side by side, and then a path going around all of them. And I think that would break it out and work. That would work nicely. But the thing is, though, with regards to people kicking off and saying that, you know, they don't like it and yada 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 yada, guaranteed about 50% of those people end up buying it, and they will still display it. So a lot of the people that kick off about it, especially with their own social media channel, if you start scrolling through some of the older stuff, they get them. It's like, well, why are you moaning about them? So if you didn't like them, then you just wouldn't get them. But they're those from the channel ones, they do. And I know, again, with a lot of the other people, they said that they're going to wait for a sale or all that kind of stuff, which, like I said, there's no incentive to get it day one unless you really, really wanted it day one, or you just didn't want the Stranger Things. If you don't want the Stranger Things, then it's going to be the modular, isn't it? That's what it's going to come down to. But I think they know themselves as the Lego group. That's why they've done the giveaway, how they've done the giveaway. Rather effective as a treat. The outer edge smaller one next to the thing is almost the same height, isn't it? It's just the other side. Let's have a look. I like these kind of things. Let's have a look. Best way to display the new modular. There was a channel on YouTube that put them all up. Was the Tudor, because where you've got this and how you've got the pattern, because obviously that's the wrong. I bet you we won't have the correct photo. It's this side we need to see, and we can't see that side, which is really annoying. But yeah, going up against the newer one, because the smaller side isn't that tall, is it? See? So that side, if you had this bit, this is just a 2-story bit. So yeah, that would work fine, because you've got the gap of the staircase. It breaks up the rooftops. It breaks up everything else. So that would be the only way it will be. So that would be how it would work. But then obviously we are looking. This one's a shopping street, and the other one's a pub. So it's completely different building bits, isn't it? If it was just they were all supposed to be houses, and all of a sudden they were different heights and stuff, then yeah, granted, it might not look as well. But if you go down any single shopping complex, they're all different heights. They've all got decent, especially in the UK and the architecture and all those kind of things. It's all different, isn't it? So yeah, well, that's it. But I mean, because of how you can move them around, but only selective few. Because if you think like the cinema, if you were talking about just by heights, that's much taller than the little townhouses and things, but you can still make it work. And because you've got corner pieces and it goes off into the middle, yeah. Well, even if the lines of the windows are slightly different, if you just go by the height of the rooftop to the height of the rooftop, but you can't say that they all have to be the same brick height in between the floors, because every building you go into has lower roofs than others. I mean, I've taken over plenty of units in my time to set up different businesses, and I've got horrible roofs like this. I got now short, like low ceiling, high ceiling. So they're all meant to be different, because that's how it is. But at the same time, how does that translate into it being displayed? I think that's the key. But yeah, some people are going to find bits they like with it. Some people not so much. But how are we? Good afternoon. Yeah, still afternoon, aren't we? Good afternoon to you. We are just talking about the modular and what potentially will be best to display it to. Because Shibo, I know you said you're going to plonk it in the middle. Didn't want to do that. But have you got a top 2 sets that you're thinking of displaying it in the middle of? Oh, I would have taken the bottom leaf off. Get on that. And hopefully you are okay. whatever you're building, let me know, and I can plonk it on the Lego website. We can take a look. See, if you've had anything ordered, we can have a look. So it doesn't have to be new. That's getting big. That is getting big. So that's going to be the same on both sides, isn't it? Oh, now we've got to tip it over. Ooh. Little ice cream cones. Because all the wintry village ones now don't scale either. That's the one that really stands out, like the new toy shop and bookshop. You can't have those close together because you've got a much taller. You've got like the Harry Potter skinnier building that they've done, and it doesn't look anything like the older ones. But again, the architecture changes all of the time, so it's not just the modulars that change; it's the Lego City scale stuff. It's especially the Winter Village ones had the biggest building change with that newer sort of holiday street thing that they did. You put that up against the older toy shop, it looks nothing the same. Because the bakery, the post office, and the toy shop were all that same style roof, and they all sort of matched up. And then all of a sudden, they just went to town and changed everything. So at first, I was the same. I was like, "Oh, I can't make it work. I don't like it." But you can still scale it in, so it's not too bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. 5. 1, 2. Tell you what, I would not want to take this apart and put a light kit on. How people have done that with their patience. I know they said that was a right swine to do, but no. No thanking you. So that's what it looks like from the bottom. Fair enough. Yeah, the trees at the front. Yeah, I can see that because you got. I suppose if you had the two and it opens up into the middle, but I think we can all agree that what they've tried to do with this newer one is make it for more display at the front. And what I've done is I have not put a very important piece on. And I know that's going to come back and sting me if I don't figure out where that bit is. Bugger. Can I see where that bit is supposed to go? Ooh. I think it's got to be there. I think it's got to be there. Because we have got that. Is that the bit that was floating on the other one? There's no green missing. I think I can see where it is. I think. It is on this side. So it is that. That has got one on. Oh, that's easy. That's right. I thought that was going to be much more difficult. It literally slots. He says. Now I put the leaves on. Might not be as easy. Should slot just down in there. That could have been disastrous. Yeah, that's it. Figure out exactly where to display them over time. Just dribbling with this piece because, of course, when I say it's easy, it would have been easy, but I have now just knocked how that's supposed to be going. So that is actually supposed to be going out to the side, right? Which means all of that spins around. Yes, yes. Really easy until you make a mistake. There we go. All right, that's that leaf. That's that leaf back in the correct place, and that's the two pieces. There we go. That's all right, good. So they're the two bits that go top to bottom to stick that together. I didn't put the leaves on before I knew that bit was missing. That would have made my life a lot easier. Oh, yeah. Now, I think what I do before I break everything, I should just take these leaves off, I think. Yeah, let's just do that. Let's just not be stupid about things. I will catch back up into the chat in a second once I've finally got this bit back on, once I can actually see what I am attempting to be doing. Oh, finally, there we go. That put up a huge fight. But now we should be okay. Right, took 3 leaves off, just put 3 on. Yeah, no, I know what you mean. But they're just different. It's exactly the same as what I just said with the Winter Village stuff. It's all different scales. Nothing matches. Because you've just got smaller ceiling heights on this one, haven't you? But it's a taller building, though, isn't it? So they've given you the tallest one they've ever done, but the roof heights are shorter. So it's just going to be, they're just going to give you different things all of the time. And I think that is what it's going to be like moving forward. It is what it is. So if people keep buying them and keep collecting them, they're going to keep doing it. Because that's it all moves. Oh, that'd have made my life a lot easier. Oh, what a pleb. Where are we for those? Those 3. That one goes there. That one goes there. That one's at the bottom. That one that goes there. That's the bow. I'll be able to connect it up in a second. That's the second tier complete. That's the bow. 2 bows. That one goes in the middle on the right hand side. And that one goes next. Yeah, so top tip, don't miss a piece once you put the leaves on, because it takes that long to sort it out. But like how you can space all of these and do the different bits and pieces in. So yeah, there you go. So now I've got to try and get this on, I think. Where does this go? I'll soon find out if I built the stages before them. So they are big. They're big bits, look, because that's a booklet. We've done a booklet so far. And we are... And you've got, in case you never see it again, there's mail in the post box. I'm not too sure. Oh, is it? Hang on. They're the bits that open them fully. Yeah, so that's how you see the inside of it. So that's the full, that is, how big is that? So the wingspan of that open is base plate and a half. That's ideal. Yeah, base plate and a half for that. Ooh. Right, so shut that up. Shut that up. So we'll have more bits to do. Oh yeah, it is equal. Right, so I got to push the clips on, but I can't see where. I'm being blinded by my own light. I can't actually see where it clips. Oh, there. We're at the bottom, are we? Underneath the green bit. Oh. Oh. Might have to stand up for this. Sorry, John, are you trying to tell me that the newest modular that's the tallest one they've done isn't the tallest one they've done because the roof height of each room is shorter? Because I've just said every single building that I've ever had has different roof heights. So I'm a bit confused with what you're trying to debate now, because overall it's the tallest, but it's just shorter ceilings. And I've just said that all the ceilings are different heights in every single building ever in the world, aren't they? So there's not a set structure to room height ceiling to room height ceiling, because it is overall taller, I think, with the peak, because it's the tallest one I think was the cinema. But all of them are different room heights. They're all like all the levels and things are different. But I mean, I've gone into really short ceiling buildings before. So overall, the building can be tall, but necessarily the internal office space might be quite small. If that's what you're meaning, I might have completely lost what you're doing. So I'm literally, I can hear my own brain dribble trying to clip this together. I think that's in. Oh, that's huge. So that is the bottom level of that, and it should now just all open up like so. Move all the other little pivots on the. Okay, clever. You can see that going wrong very, very quickly. But that's a booklet done. Booklet done. Booklet done. Right, next booklet. What's that? That takes up to 13. So we are at 14. Yeah, I didn't think we were. So I'll figure it out, and we'll talk about it later on. But yeah, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. At least we know we're not having the same conversation. Ooh. Let's be honest, that is Doc Ock in elf form. Quite a fan of that. I'm glad that bag. What we are? Oh, we've got time to get this one done. We've got time to get this one done. So I think what I'll do is I'll do bag 14, and then we might, depending on how long it takes, because there's. So obviously, if you've not noticed by now, each of the different bags, each of the different booklets, you build until it attaches to the tree. So I'm not going to get another 4 bags done in obviously 40 minutes. So what I am doing at the moment is where are you? You on there? You're there. Right, so what I'm doing at the moment is the bottom. I've got to do what I've just done again. I'm assuming on the other side. Because obviously it's all a wraparound. So I'm assuming they've actually changed the picture. So I've done this bit, and I've got to do the wraparound. on the other side, I'm assuming. Because how's that actually supposed to close? Before I move on, have I actually built that? Oh, right, okay, yeah. So you've got the double movement in the leaves, so you can open it up quite wide, and then I'm assuming you should just be able to close it off. Ah, there we go. There we go. Bit confused of the... Oh, that is right. That is right. I guess once the rest's built up, there's just a really chunky... There's a bright green bit on show. I'm not 100% sure why there's a bright green bit, but it's there, so at least I know I haven't done it wrong. Yeah, so that's it closed properly now. So it wasn't shut before. So it looks effective enough, big enough, but effective enough. Right, that's that booklet done. Let's see if we can get another one that we're going to commit to the next bag, and then we'll see where we're at. So Big T-Rex, it looks like he's got even more votes. 15 votes in. 53% for T-Rex, getting absolutely smashing everything else. Willie, 13. Arkham, 13. Tudor, 20. So ticking over. So we'll get this one bag done, and then we'll jump back on at 8 p.m. And I don't know whether to carry on with this or carry on the apron. I'm not 100% sure which way to go. So at least that's on. At least that's done. We can get this minifigure made up because it's a pretty cool looking thing, and it has got. Oh, it's a. Still don't know what that is. It's a something. It's got a top hat and everything, so that works for me. And I do like that the elves again are different because the Santa elves that you guys and girls are building has the postal service emblem on. This one has the new Christmas tree emblem on, and then the ones that we're the ones that you can get at the Lego store are different again. So if you want yourself some elves, you can easily army build elves at the moment. You got to go in store though. I know you guys in America, that is miles away, but if you're close enough, you might be able to get double points, if that's going to be a thing, with a Pick-a-Brick and Pab and BAM and all the other good stuff that people wait until double points happens. So, but no, I like your idea, Shibo, of doing that in the middle. I think that would look nice. So hurry up and get it and let us know what it looks like, because until somebody actually does it and has it in hand. Like I said, if the channel's making money and enough money, I'd go down and just go, like, I want to see what this looks like, and then just pick it up day one. But it doesn't, so I'm going to be selective like everybody else. Yeah, this is definitely Doc Ock with a backpack type thing. Pretty cool though. Probably a sturdier way that they've done it for this rather than the actual Doc Ock bits. 4 little skinny arms. What are we adding into these 4? He's holding a controller. He's holding a camera. He's obviously got 2 arms free to do whatever else it is he wants to. How I'm going to do a short with this without dropping something, I do not No. What I do now? Put the 2 pieces on wrong. Oh, that's stiff. That's stiff. Yeah, it's good. Well, I want to see everybody's collections. So, yeah. Because I've got the Harry Potter images coming through. So the Hedwig it looks massive. It really does look big. I do like the fact that it's so big that might have to be taken apart again straight away. So that's not exactly an ideal scenario. But it happens to the best of us, that is for sure. That way. So I've got Venom, I've had Carnage, and this is the first time we've got 2 that are fixed at the bottom, and you've got 2 that move at the top, so they're different compared to t'others. But seems to be that you've got 2 arms free to do whatever you want. So you've got a fully printed controller and a nice looking blue camera of all things. So they definitely put more Christmassy characters in this than they did in the train, but I still think that the station should make up for it. And then we've got this little thing with a top hat. Again, that's all printed. So they give you a lot of printed pieces in this, but you do get an awful lot of stickers. But I'm assuming, as we now know how they do the stickers, they will give you prints where predominantly is seen, and then it's stickers where it's not. Going by the designer of the Starship Enterprise, that is. Whereas obviously for the big UCS block of cheese, that's why people were kicking off that those pieces should have been printed, and they were stickers. Yeah, we're building up another big base, so we're redoing what we were doing before. I've just knocked. That's my first bit I've dropped. I do not know what it was. Don't know if it was that. Could well have been that. Did it go in this box? Oh, we'll see. Oh, it might be. Oh, sorry, it might be that because I've got other pieces on the table. Matching piece. Oof. That could have been another disaster. Like I said, there's underneath here, if a piece hits the floor, it bounces into another set. And until I pick up the set, I never know where that bit is. So, and sometimes I can never find the pieces ever again. They just disappear forever. Forever and ever and ever. But I think I'll get this bag done. And then I'm going to grab some food, and I will be going live at 8 p.m. and we'll just be literally talking about what your last build is going to be from whatever company it'll be. So I'm assuming, John, yours is going to be the Wild West. If you're going to start that, she won't, not a problem. So yeah, I will be back later. There's a lot of tiles on this. And possibly carrying on with another bag of this, or just winterizing the A-frame cabin, and then depending on what doesn't get done, tomorrow night will be the same sort of scenario. So we'll see. I'm thinking maybe Thursday, Friday are the later streams, and weekend and Monday maybe the earlier ones. Don't know. Of course, it does depend on what LEGO news happens at that time period. Lot of tiles. I can't think I've ever used this colour tile before. It's quite nice. Definitely a lot of positives in this set, which is great. The negative, we want to build the thing wrong, but it looks like there's a lot of places you can stand the characters up as well if you want to. grey and red. Nice. Nice. Yeah, there's loads. This is, again, I thought there'd be loads of studs on show on the inside of this. You see it in the shop, but yeah, I thought there'd be quite a few, but no, not too bad. Apart from, I've just put that in the wrong place. Of course, it's the tiles. There we go. We'll try that again. We need two of those back to back, and then it's all of the tiling. That side, and that one is that side. So yeah, so all of that looks like it's going to be tile, but you've even got prints for the under construction stuff as well. Oh, that's the front. That's the front line, and then they match. I've got three of those. Looks like you're going to have a lot of detail on the inside of this if they're leaving space to do things. I think the designer might have a little bit of fun with this one. But does anybody know when the Ski Lift Winter Village set that we were talking about yesterday will be back in stock? Because again, with it not being a easy company to see, I even had a look on their Instagram page before, and there was just everybody leaving comments, but nobody actually responding back to anything. So I don't know how it gets sort of overseen. Pink one, brown one, and a wiggly one. Where's the wiggly one? There it is. Yeah, lots down. The best thing is I have Gringotts Buildjet, which is similar in height, if not taller. Gringotts is huge. If you're going to put the well, just out of perspective, just how big it is. Look at it, and that's his head is tipped forward, so it doesn't actually hit the roof. And if you actually had the head back, it would be taller than the Daily Bugle. Well, it's higher. The Dragon's higher than the Daily Bugle sign. But if you tip the head all the way back, it would be even bigger. So yeah, good luck with that. Oh, I know. We don't think about these things, do we? We just think, oh, it'll be all right, we'll fit. Yeah, I'm stuffed with ceiling height in here. I really am. It's like, oh. Double glue. Yeah, looking nice. Slot pattern. So yeah, the whole thing of this is tiled. And depending on if you're going to have the tree open or closed, you're never going to see it. But at its biggest, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 10 studs of space on the inside of this. So, and that's half. It's 20 studs of display space on both in total with both sides of depth. That's pretty cool. Going in on here, tables and all sorts of stuff. Ooh. Oh, it's a sewing kit. It's a sewing machine. Ah. I was like, what is this? Got an old school sewing kit. Another table's been built. They're going to be busy in this room. I know it's split into 4. I know there's 4 different rooms, but quite nice seeing it come together. Two little presents on this tabletop. Oh, so they are going to fill up all the space of those then. So it looks like they're making up the presents. Oh, here he is, Mr. I've got to decipher everything he says. We clearly know he's currently hands-free, sat down in a squat and drop position, having a lovely time, Jay. I'm sure you are right now. And this is a really nice build. It's huge. See? Huge. Might get a light kit for it next year. I think that would look great. But the problem is with the light kit, well, I know it's all got to be stripped apart, and it's a day's worth of work, I think, just to take that apart and put it back together. But how is Jay? How is everything? How is your moves going on? Hopefully you are living the dream. And are you still day 1 for Stranger Things, or has your mind been changed with anything else that you have seen? That's gorgeous. Painting. A painting thing. Oh, there we go. Very nice. Cylinder tube. Ah, making up cars. Cool. Been baking. What have you been baking? So is that a reason why you got a symbol of a toilet? You've been baking and it didn't go well? Oh God, that was stiff. I want to know what you've been baking. I'm hungry at the moment. But once this bag's done, we've got time to have a tinker with the A-frame cabin for about 15 minutes, and then we'll be shutting shop at 6 p.m. UK time, and then going live again at 8. So I'll do a evening chit chat later on. With what everybody's last purchases and last builds are going to be. Now that live stream is already available, so I'll put a poll up there in a little while. I suppose you're here now, Jay, so you can actually have a look at the poll. Tudor Corner is getting spanked in this one. Arkham and Willie at 13%, and the Big T-Rex is at 53%. John says, take the boards off the windows of the Krill house and it'd be a beautiful modular. Yeah, it could do. It's about, I guess actually there's 3 ways, isn't there? Because you can have it as a sole Stranger Things house, keep the boards on and launch it in a horror section, because if you had that by the Drop Tower Haunted Tower, it's just a haunted house. Or you take the boards off and you've got another modular for your street. Double-decker chocolate cake. Of course, it went well. It's me and Food doing it with his daughter. Yeah, Jay can cook. The man can cook, bake. He's not just he's. What are you gonna get next then, Jay? Because you were gonna get the t-shirt that says "Toys completed it." You're gonna add food to that list now. Toys and food completed it. Toys and food. We're having a proper conversation about the hologram deck, Jay, before. But because you haven't got to a hologram deck, well, you have, but you haven't watched enough of the holodeck episodes, you're not really going to know what we're talking about. So hurry up and carry on watching the Star Trek stuff, would you? God, this card. That little paintbrush with the paint in the car by the presents and the sewing machine. It sits together very, very nicely as well. This is honestly a lot more detailed than I thought it was going to be. A lot more detailed than I thought it was going to be, which is, and doing these bits before you put the these bits on, it really breaks up the build nicely. Why do I have these spare? That should not be happening. Underneath, up its rear, there's 2 of those. What do you mean you can't watch anymore? I want to have a proper conversation with you about an away team holodeck display, and you've watched 2 episodes and bought the set. You made me watch Mando, all of the Star Wars bits and pieces and everything else before I got my first Star Wars set. You've gone 2 episodes in and just bought it and given up. I'll remember that next time you tell me I've got to watch something. And Lord of the Rings. Sat there flipping watching a 3-hour thing of 2 people that won't stop eating and get everybody else in trouble for the Shire that lasts 45 minutes. I got the set flipping built by the time they got out the Shire. What's all this about? Shocking. Yeah, so yeah, John, you're right. Three ways. That is actually a good call because there is 3 ways to display Stranger Things. And I keep saying it, but in case there's people in the background, you do get the modular giveaway with it. So you can just wait for the modular, get it on double points, get it in a sale, whatever it is. And I'm afraid, Jay and John, you actually agree on something because both of you have the same thoughts on this year's modular compared to the pub. So that's a good thing. That's something that you both are agreeing on. So Jay, with the power of the spanner, won't need to use it. won't need to use it anymore. I'm disgusted that you're not going to watch any more of those episodes. That's so bad. So bad. Right, well, I'm not going to lie. We have smashed this. It's like 5 bags tickled and done in no trauma whatsoever. Yeah, I haven't got. I know. This is outrage. We did watch it, didn't we? It's the 3rd one we've not watched, or did we not watch the 2nd one? Because there's the thing with the trees, isn't there? Where the trees talk. So some people the more some people see the modular, the more they like it. But the more you and John see it, the more you hate it. So yeah, it's quite interesting. The people that got very erect over the pub don't seem to like it, and vice versa. So definitely a talking point. But the fact that you do not need to get it day 1 with that giveaway, it doesn't matter at all. And I think the giveaway is only going to be important if you're having it as a street display. If you're not going to have it as a street display, then you don't need to. So something like Shibo will be getting it for her street. Or his street. Did we stop it after that? No, we didn't. We didn't watch all, did we? Yeah, because we saw it well after the eyeball came out, and you didn't let me watch it before the eyeball came out, so you didn't know the importance of the dragon. Why didn't they just fly all the way over there? Why did they have to walk? It's bad. Just steal a dragon, fly over there, and don't have to have 10 or 11 hours worth of 11 hours of films. But I try and do my research, but you won't be willing to watch a 45-minute episode for Star Trek, which clearly is better than Star Wars, my ad. So that's another discussion that everybody will be getting into soon enough. But it is just a million times better. That turning the screws now. Oh, I can just hear the plops coming out as everybody's like, what is this? What are you talking about? Right, I think that actually might be quite a handy place to leave that. And for the next 15 minutes, do the A-frame cabin and just see, basically come up with ideas for the A-frame cabin, because I can carry on with this later on. So that's good. Yes, but there's a dragon in the thing that they can fly on, though, isn't there? Isn't that the thing where they could steal a horse or do something different? Yeah, don't forget, I didn't even know what a fell beast was until we got to that part of the film. So I probably would have got the eyeball day one if I knew it was that important. But look, I've got Doc Ock as a elf. So you can't say that's not an amazing looking thing. So we know with the windows that these need to be changed from these bits down here. The window ledges need to be changed to white. But doing the steps and staggered effect of the roof looks great. I just need to put single studs of white into all of those. So that's probably what I'm going to be doing on the live stream later on this evening. So we know that they're done because I've done them on both sides. I've opened up the winter pack last night and we did quite a lot of those bits and pieces. I'll bring in that pack down with me. And I started on the steps. So because everybody is winterizing this A-frame cabin, because this, don't forget, this also has a toilet on the back. There's a bit of toilet paper sticking to the back of this. So you've got, I was umming and ahhing what to do. Obviously, these are going to be changed to white. Put the lily pads in white at the bottom, which looks good. Started to take off the sort of weird olive and put the white down. And I've added a wreath up at the top and we put white on the top just there. So when the roof actually attaches, it looks quite smart, but I just don't know what else is needed for the front. It says when it attaches. Wrong way around? Probably the wrong way around. Wrong side? Something's going wrong with it. There we go. Yeah, so it looks okay. It looks all right. So it's just, that's him. So it's just, I need to get the correct studdage on show on this side because I got a bit excited and didn't put the same style of bit down and then not actually thinking that the A-frame cabin has the bit. So I am going to have this as a permanent fixture in the Winter Village because this has been one of those sets I do not want to get rid of. I've got the trees are perfect in the horror section down at the bottom, but the cabin itself has been a bit of a swine. But I think once all these studs are filled in with white and I put the white base plates down at the front, I think, unless I start changing all the individual pieces on the front of these, I think I can keep them green and have them slightly swept. But this side, I need to find the bits for, so then I can actually use the chairs and the boundary. Otherwise, it's not ideal. So. Yeah, I quite like sat back and listening to people with the modulars because didn't get the pub, didn't get the John Wick Hotel, haven't got them for the last couple of years. So, but I still think probably the T-Rex is the set of the year. I think, and it hasn't got close to winning any of the rounds so far. So yeah, we'll see what this poll brings out. But no, with the A-frame cabin, there's bits and pieces that have been done, and I've got a load of spare pieces in here. So it's just figuring out what else we can do to the cabin. Yeah, those two bits at the front look okay. All the bits and pieces on the inside are fixed in. It's a really nice looking set. but I just don't know what else to Christmasify it up, because I don't know if we need probably another wreath or holly thing at the front. And then it's just, what do I do with the VIP pack from years gone by, where you've got all of the spare bits on? Because I've got like these white, so I can put like that over the top of it, or just take that off and replace it, or it's just, what do you so how much do you do? And so I've got more of the little lily pads, and I've got more of the smaller bits, and I've got spare ice skating bits in there, so that's a handy thing to have. So maybe that's what we'll do later. Maybe that'd be easier to do this evening, because that way I don't have to commit to opening up a bag. Because I think this evening I'm going to be bouncing to and from what people are going to be building. So yeah, I just need to find a lot of the white bits, and just work out what can be done. Because I think what I can do is also put some studs. So if I put like an odd stud in, I can have like the birds and stuff sitting on, because I don't think it matters with regards to what piece, as long as it's a single bit. It could be single stud, it could be a curve, it could be anything, just to give it that sort of different texture in the roof. So the second you start to do this, it just adds that little bit in. So yeah, it's just a case of, I need to find those bits to replace at the bottom, and then figure out the stud issue at the front. But of course it all needs to be white. So I think maybe what I might do is, obviously before the next live, is go through and pick up a load of individual either studs or what it might be, and put them in a little bag, and then figure out, because again, like little things like that, because they could go at the front as well. So yeah, so to figure out the best way to put those. But I think that's what we'll do this evening. I want to get this nailed and complete tonight. But yeah, we can just do, I need to find the 2 base plates at the front. I've got curvature base plates, but they're just not the right size. I think I've got some more in the box in the winter pack. I know that the fire station is that size, so I could potentially use those, but I don't know any other set that has the big curves at the bottom. So can anybody think of what set has those in white? Because if I've got them, I could use it. I think I'm actually looking at one now on that Tatooine, the Hoth bit, but I don't want to start ripping that apart. But for the good of the cause, I could do. But there's only one, so there's no point. I need 2. No, it's not the right size anyway. So it needs to be like for like. I can replace that green bit with another white bit. So yeah, there's little bits and pieces that I can do. And as I'm tinkering with this, we'll have the bits and pieces up on the screen later on. But before we do tuck into this later, what things do I need at the front? What pieces do I need to find? I'm going to keep the brown and maybe try and get something hooked over, just so we've got a little bit of ice and things falling off. But I think with that window ledge done, I think we should be okay. Never get these. I can never get these things to fit. That's it. Yeah. So it looks effective enough. Got a little bit of shadowing where I've laid it up, but it just needs that bit, and then all the single studs fitted in, and then the front and back will just stay as is. So yeah, we'll have to see. So guys, that is it for now. Let's end the poll, and I will jump back on at 8 p.m. So 2 hours time. So 15 votes in, and the big T-Rex is a clear winner with that. No surprise at all. The T-Rex should just walk everything else. So it's not been, none of the polls have been close. Even with the cheatingness of the Willy Wonka stuff, it wasn't close. I need a pen. I had a pen and I've moved it. I'll take a photo. I can do that and take a photo. So that means then the T-Rex is full marks. That's won 3 rounds in a row. The Tudor Corner is in second, which means that is on 3, 4, 5. That's on 7 points now. Arkham and Willy Wonka is a joint third, so they get 2 points each. So Arkham is on 7, and Willy Wonka's on 7. So we've got 3 sets drawing, and T-Rex is absolutely smashing it. So I think as long as the T-Rex doesn't lose the next round, that will be the set that's in the final. Because if it loses it and whatever set wins, that will go into the final. So it's still a 4-horse race. So Willy Wonka has the opportunity to go into the final as it came joint first in the last round because of the sabotagingness that was going on. So yeah, so we've achieved stuff. So we've achieved those 2 so far in this live stream. And for now, that is it, and I am done. So you could like the video and subscribe to the channel. That'd be absolutely fantastic. And I will catch up with whoever is bored and about later on. So 8 p.m. kickoff. The live is already up and running. So of course, if you want to start talking to each other in there for the next 2 hours, you can do because the portal's open. And then I will upload the poll of the next round in there in the next sort of hour or so. Take care, everybody. I'll speak to you soon. Bye.